The secret to making good OC reference sheets. Actually, I can do that. I can do the secret to making good OC reference sheets. I just need to make a reference sheet. What's your secret? Make it readable? Okay, there's like a few things. One, you don't need as much as you think you do. What this means is that a lot of people are like, oh, I need to have like extra art, and that's fine. You can have extra art on your thing, but you don't need to have like 5,000 different drawings. All you need is a full body. You don't even need a back view. It's nice to have a back view if you can do it, but all you need is a full body. Make it readable. What this means, what make it readable means in terms of ref sheet full body with color. For example, if you do like rendered art and you have a drawing of your character. I don't have good penmanship, so I already failed. No, it's okay. You don't need good penmanship. What make it readable means is like make each color readable. So what that means is like don't shade it. Don't fully render your full body. So that's less work that you need to do because you shouldn't be shading it. You can do minimal cell shading, but if you want to have your reference sheet be readable, you can't do like full painterly, like you can't be doing this with your reference sheet because now you don't know which color to color pick from. It's like, okay, there's like 5 different oranges here, or like there's 1,000 different oranges here. It's like, which one do I choose? Do I choose the lightest one? Or what if the lightest one, what if the lightest color on here is also lighting and you don't know that? It's like, oh shit, I guess I'll pick the lightest one, but then it's lighting and it's not the, you don't want to make your commission artist like have to go through and choose like the specific color that you intended them to choose for. Something that can help with this, but is still like annoying to having to do, is this. Having a color palette. You have a color palette, and so that way you like they can pick from the color palette and you can still have this being rendered. But I will say that is still annoying because I like to pick directly from the clothing itself because I don't always know which color palette corresponds to which clothing, so it's just easier for me to pick from the clothing itself. So being able to like easily be like, okay, I'm just gonna choose from the color palette, and you can have like minimal cell shading, that's fine, so long as it's like readable. But like doing this and having it be flat color with like nothing crazy, much more readable, much better for referencing. Because I don't like it when I get commissions, or when someone commissions me and they have like a ton of gradients on their character. It's like, okay, I don't know what colors these gradients originated from, so I'm never gonna get this correct in the first place. Second of all, what if I'm a traditional artist and I can't do gradients as effectively? Because traditional artists are like, I don't know, are kind of barred from gradients most of the time because they take so much more effort than in digital art. So I don't know, I tend to avoid gradients when I can too. Okay, but yeah, this is my top tip for making a reference. Full body with color, that's all you need. All you need is a full body with color. And then if you want to go crazier with it, you can have a back view. I don't know, I just noticed this with especially realism artists, is that they typically like over render their reference sheets because they want it to look realistic, but like then it's over rendered and like I can't tell what's going on in the reference, you know? Guys, this is a power imbalance in our relationship. I haven't reached pain story levels yet. Oh my goodness. This might be a power imbalance. Guys, I'm so happy for you, genuinely. I don't know if you're actually dating or not, or if this is like an elaborate bit. But like, even if you're not dating, I'm just happy that you found friendship in the Calyptomatsu community. That's so sweet. I love being the catalyst for this type of thing. Because I love romance. I'm a hopeless romantic. I don't know if you can tell because I'm dating 3 people. But like, I love romance. It's so sweet to me. I don't know, I'm just very happy with you. Is it like a thing where it's like, oh, we're not dating, but like, it's a thing that Dove and I had going on for a while, where it's like, we're not dating, but if like either of us asked, it would probably be true. I don't know, that's what Dove and I had going on for like 7 years. And then I finally asked them out. I'm so happy Paint Story's so awesome, I text him all the time. That's so sweet! Oh my god, you guys are best friends, that's so sweet! If you need to have a back view, like for example, your character has a like, pattern on the back of their shirt. This is good to have. But you don't even have to have like the full body if you don't want to have it like that. You can do this. Hold on, let me... Hi, I'm back. Why is Clem being so nice to me in chat? I was talking about how you guys are so best friends, and it makes me happy because it makes me happy that I could help you guys find each other and be best friends with each other. I was getting sappy. It was my fault. But yeah, you don't even have to make it like make an entire full body. You can have it be like you don't feel like drawing the full body. You can just draw the back of the shirt, like, and then you can label it, and then you can have it be like have the pattern. This is also something you can do, and this is totally fine as well. This is readable, it's fine. This is a fine. I mean, even if you didn't have this one. This is a good reference sheet. Like this gives you enough information. And then also you want to have the name, and I usually put the color palette below the name if I include a color palette at all, which sometimes I don't. Sometimes I don't include the color palette. Sometimes I just have it be like, okay, well here's like I just make the color pick from the thing. Let me open up my plush ref sheet because I think I did a really good job on that one. Not to brag. But I'm quite happy with how it came out. And I feel like it has everything that a ref sheet needs. Okay, yeah, see? This, like, you don't even need the chibi here. The chibi was here because I wanted it to be there. But you don't even need the chibi. Like, if you just had this is fine. This is a good reference sheet. How long did that art take you? This took me 2 hours and 24 minutes, roughly. A lot of people over-decorate their ref sheets. Yes. That's another thing. Okay, here's an example of a ref sheet that I like that is not, in my opinion, over-decorated. It's just decorated enough. If you have pattern under clothing, then you kind of have to include the bare body. Which is annoying because then you have to draw like a doll for it. But then you can have more fun with it because, bam, you can dress them up like a doll and you can have any clothes that you want on this reference sheet if you want to. Like the fact that I went through the effort to like make this clothing be on another layer is so helpful because if I decide that I don't like these clothes, which I'm kind of deciding that I don't like them because I don't like the color palette, I can just remove them and make new clothes. It's easy, especially if you want to commission in different outfits. Exactly. You can make like a cute, pretty riff sheet for yourself if that works for you. But if you're planning to get commissions or art by other artists, I'm so much happier if it's a blank background with mostly flat colors. Yeah. Here's an example of a riff sheet that I like and like I've been wanting to emulate. Which it kind of goes against what Painstar was saying. I like this ref sheet, and it is a little over decorated, but like it's not like. It feels cluttered in like an aesthetic way where it doesn't bother me. And also there's no shading. There's so much, there is so much. There's a lot to look at, but like it kind of gives you a feel for the character, so I don't mind that there's so much, you know? And also they have like a little smells like thing, and I think this is really cute because it's like a stuffed animal. But yeah, I like this ref sheet a lot. And then same with the critter ref sheet. This is by 4 Leaf Island, by the way. Both of these are by 4 Leaf Island. I think the character is still clear, so I don't mind it. Yeah, exactly. Like, you have the back pattern, and you don't need to include the tails, because you already have the tails here, and you don't need to see the back of the tails, because it's fine. And, like, this has color palettes, and, like, it has color palettes, like, I like this, method of doing it, where, they have the color palette be where it is, like, but they also have the color palette be right here. So like you have the main color palette, and then you also have the color palette. And as you can see, there is cell shading here, which I wouldn't personally do, but the color palette is given, and it's also cell shading and not like soft shading, so it's fine. And this is the back pattern, and then you have like a little note here. Tail paint is optional and can change color. Eyes, scarf, tail paint. I don't know, it's just all very cohesive, and also this is a really nice color palette. And also it's not over decorated. This one is a little cluttered, but it's okay because you can tell what's going on. I think if you decorate any more than this reference sheet, you're doing it like in a way that's like a little too much. But this reference sheet is cool. You know? Sometimes shading is for clarity. If it doesn't match with flat colors too much, I think it's fine. I agree with that. Which is why I think the shading here is fine. It's not too distracting. They also have a version of this angel reference sheet with clothing, and I think that's nice too, because then like, I don't know, if you want to draw angel with clothing, you can. They got clothing. It has to be readable. Here, going back to my ref sheet to study. Make it readable. You can clearly see the character here, and then there's nothing like all of the decor is not covering up the character, which is important. Character here, and there's very little decor. Like there's like the logo and the name and like the decor, but it's not like covering up the character. And I don't think it would impact the commissioned artist experience. Yeah, same. And also, this is even better, the fact that they gave like more things. Because then this gives like things to draw them with. Another thing I don't like too much text on ref sheets, especially if it's like useless info. I agree. Too much text on a ref sheet is like, I don't know, there's too much. Like they could just cut out the background if they need to. Yeah. The only text I may add is name, gender, pronouns, and maybe height, and then label the color swatches with what they correlate to. Yeah, same. That's like the most text I add on anything. Yeah, this is an example of a perfect ref sheet, like these two right here. And like you don't have to have all the decor in the background. That's fine. This is an example of another perfect ref sheet in my opinion. Here we can do pronouns. This is like the most text I would add to a reference sheet, and then maybe like I don't know. I would add height too maybe, but I don't know. I don't want to clutter it too much. Already it's looking great. It's looking fine. Backstory / personality can be a different thing. What this means is that essentially you should not have like words upon words upon words. Words upon words upon words for like personality and then backstory. You don't need these, okay? You can make your own sheet that has like, oh, you can make a little card, like a little presentation card with like extra art. It's like a little chibi with the backstory and the personality. Maybe you can have like clutter, like just like fun things on the side. And you can also send this to your artist. Like you can send this to your artist and be like, hey, here's extra art and also like backstory and personality in case you need like design notes. This is fine. The main reference sheet should be just this. And you don't even need this if you don't want it. You don't even need the back view. If this is all you have, that's fine. You don't need the back view. All you need is front view. And what else? Front view. Name is nice to have on the ref sheet. That's not required, but it's nice to have. Pronouns is also nice to have. No back shots. Sometimes the back just isn't that interesting. Yeah, I would say only include the back if you have something that you want to show. If you want to have extra art, you can have like a headshot. So like you get into their face and like, okay, you get, maybe they have freckles and it's not showcased very well on the ref sheet because it's too small. So you give them freckles on their headshot. Side profiles are such a must-have for me, honestly, on refs. That's good to know. I don't usually add side profiles, but if it's like a character with like if it's like a furry with like a unique like face, I would add a side profile. You can even like have the headshot have a different outfit altogether, just to add like a little like, oh, you can a little hint that like, oh, if you want to draw this character in another outfit, you can. But yeah, this is another example of like, okay, if you're looking at this from far away, you can clearly tell, okay, here's the silhouette. You got the silhouette of the character. Maybe they have like a cool like hood or like a cloak or whatever. Bam, silhouette, headshot. Maybe you can show them like with the cloak on, but make sure it's not too cluttered. Okay, I'm gonna show this on stream too because I think this is another example of a solid reference sheet that like you don't need much for a reference sheet. This is what Clown sent me, and this is good. This is all you need for a reference sheet. Clown has a full body. This is all you need. A colored full body, no shading. My only advice would be to show this like as its own pattern, like have it be like on the side, like however you draw it. But even then, this is like clear enough to where it's fine because you can see most of it anyway, so you don't even need it to be on the side. I would just, that's my advice. Like if I were designing this, but I think the only thing here is that this is a little unclear. I'm not sure what this is. This is a tail and then the rest of the hair, perhaps? I don't know. I think a back view or a side profile view would be nice to showcase this more. Sorry, now I'm doing a critique stream. Sorry. Honestly, I would fuck with critique streams. Honestly, I'm too afraid to do them, but like doing this is fun. So maybe I would do a critique stream. Oh wait, is this like, hold on. Is this like the tail and then this is like the like thing on the butt end of the tail? Also, yep, that's the tail. Okay, so the fact that I was able to deduce that is good. But I think having like a drawing like on the side of like, okay, this is what the tail looks like from like, this is what the tail looks like, would be a nice like little thing. But honestly, this isn't like necessary. This is just something I would do. Yeah, I think honestly that's all I would add to this because this is really nice. Cowtail? Oh, I see. Hold on, I'll draw the cowtail. I ran out of time. Oh wait, yeah, this was on a time limit too. I forgot. Okay, well, this is damn good for being on a time limit, I'll be honest. You had a deadline and everything, and you still showed up. I did have a cutie little back view on my physical sketch, but I ran out of time. Oh, I see. Okay, hold on. Let me get the passport that I was commissioned by on Instagram from Stag Leopard. I think they did a really good job commissioning me too. They were a really nice customer. So this is what Stag Leopard did. Stag Leopard included one ref sheet, but then also linked me this character's Toy House profile, which was awesome. Because then I got to go to the Toy House profile and see like more reference sheets. Yeah, this is what they added in the they added all of the things I asked for, which is color palette, name, title, stamp title, quote, birthday, island name. And they even added a note that I didn't ask for, but I appreciate, with the Toy House profile of their character. And this was really nice because I got to go to their profile and I got to see all the art and I got to see them from different like perspectives. And it was awesome, and I appreciated it very much. So all of this is stuff I asked for, and then they provided all of that. And then they added more, which I appreciate. Yeah, this is a really good commissioner. I also have visual processing issues, so if the person's ref is super cluttered, it makes it really hard to see the actual designs. Yeah, I would agree with that. That's why sometimes I feel like this one can be a little overstimulating for some people, including myself. So I might not include like as much as 4-Leaf did in this one, but I think it like guides the eye in a good way to where it's not too much. Like it's only up here in a little arc. I feel like if they had included like stuff here, or like going over the legs or like behind the legs in like a little circle, I feel like that would have been like too much. But I feel like the fact that it's only like up in the corners and like a couple things down here, and like these are big things. These aren't like small confeto like in this corner. I don't know. I think it's nice. I think a good idea would be to down the opacity of the background so the character pops out more. I would agree with that. Yeah, because also this is like, so what I would do, I would have the darkness be at the bottom where all of the white stuff is, and I would have the light background be up here. Because I do agree with you, Eyeballs, that it does blend into the character a little more. I would make that one to post and then make the character into transparent PNG to send to commissioners. I would agree with that. What if I want to commission something but I don't only have stock pics? Will that do? Yes, actually. If you, for example, want, like, okay, it depends on the person, but for me, if you wanted to commission me, and you had like, you made like a Pinterest board of like, okay, this is what I want their hair to look like. This is what I want their outfit to look like. This is an accessory I want, like a little hat. That's fine as long as the specific artist is okay with it. Yeah, exactly. You gave me a little Pinterest board. You give me one of these. You give me like a little like extra like, please incorporate this fern into the design somehow. I would personally want a drawing from the person, so it does really depend on the person. Yeah. Honestly, I think this is really nice if you want a custom design, but as for I would deem that having me design the character, which would cost extra. Yeah, I would agree. I was just about to go into that, which this would count as a custom design for me, which I do provide as an option, but it does cost more. So it is artist dependent and commission dependent. But if you're commissioning someone to make a reference sheet for you, they're usually expecting like you to not have a solid design for the character. So if you have like even if you just do like have a shitty little doodle, like if you can't draw, you have like a doodle of like, you don't even have like a full body, you can have like a knee up, and like it can be super rough, and then you draw the hair as best you can. I think I'd want at least a gacha character in my opinion, and a board to support that, and as designing a full character with heavy input is a task for me that I would charge more for. Yeah, I would agree. What I've also gotten is Picrew commissions, which someone makes a Picrew of a character, and then I design it like in my style. And that would also count as a custom for me, as a custom design, because I would have to be like designing, but it is something I do provide for people like who can't draw. A custom is different from a ref sheet. For me, a custom is like, I make the design for you, but a ref sheet is you already have a character, I'm just not a proper ref sheet. Yes, but for me personally, usually when people want an updated ref sheet of their characters, because there's design elements that aren't established, like in the main reference sheet that they have. So I would understand if they come to me like, hey, this is the ref sheet that I have, or like this is the design that I have, but there are things that I want to be different for this ref sheet, so it can be added to the main design. So I do agree with you, but I think I wouldn't mind as much if like they come to me with a ref sheet commission and they're like, hey, can you change a couple things about this design? Because I feel like that comes with the territory with being a ref sheet artist. But of course that would require communication from the customer. If you come to me with a character design and you're like, hey, I need a ref sheet for this, and you don't tell me anything that you want to be done different, and then I find out like when I'm finished with the commission itself, that you wanted something different, like you wanted a different clothing outfit, or like you wanted a different like color scheme, and you didn't tell me that, then that's like, okay, why didn't you tell me that, you know? I'm not gonna add that if I don't know. I'm only gonna add the things you want me to as the commissioner, because you want me to draw for you. As long as it's pretty close, I'd say as a case-by-case basis. I would agree with that. It is definitely case-by-case. That would be on me, yeah. I love talking about commissions. This is so fun. I love talking about ref sheets. I didn't realize how much fun I would have talking about this. If you want to have more things, this kind of goes back to the angel reference. This is like what I would do if I wanted a mood board, like if you wanted more things on the ref sheet. But you could also do like ref sheet where you have a ref sheet, you have the character. RL is hard to translate, yeah. Especially if like, I don't know, you come to a cartoonist with like, hey, draw this real life person. It's like, okay, do you want me to draw it like a real life person, or do you want me to draw it in my style? And like, if you come to a cartoonist and you're like, oh, draw this like as if it was like a real person, realism. It's like, why are you coming to a cartoonist to do that? I cannot draw realism. Yeah, it's like, it's hard. I can do realism if it's like animals, but I can't do realistic people. I'll feel bad if I watch you work hard on something and I don't like it. I probably wouldn't say anything. That's fair. But that's why communication is really important in the early stages, so that you can make it something into something you do like. Because ultimately, you are my client. Like, I'm talking hypothetically. The artist wants it to be to your taste just as much as you do. So the artist is willing to like, usually so, is willing to like do what they need to make it to your tastes. I'm begging my commissioners to tell me if they don't like the art, even if it's just a petty detail. I want to make something you'll love. Yeah, same. It is difficult to tell someone I don't like this and have them change it. That is true. Wait, is humanoid a slur? you noid. Oh, that felt gross to say. I didn't like saying that one. Ugh. Okay, I don't like that one. Anyway, moving on. I didn't like that one. You're going to jail? I know, I really didn't like that one. That was gross. Anyway, if you want a mood board on your reference sheet to have like more images, and you want it to look pretty, you can absolutely do this. Or even having this be like a little mini comic, like showcasing their personality. That'd be cute. That'd be a fun ref sheet. I don't know, just be creative with your ref sheets and make them readable. No, it actually sounds so bad. I know, I didn't like saying it. I hated it. Don't give the haters any ideas. I know, I really didn't like that one. Like, you can tell the second time I said it, I whispered it because I didn't like saying it. I hated it.